Soon-to-be graduates, you may be seated. Welcome, and esteemed guests, please be seated. Welcome trustees, families, friends, faculty, and most important, our seniors of Rivermont Collegiate. We are honored to celebrate this milestone and Rivermont's 140th commencement with you today. The world you are entering is evolving at a breathtaking pace. Whether contemplating the impact of AI, the interconnectedness of global economies, or the complications of geopolitics, we need students like you now more than ever. As you step forward, you will be called upon to use your intellect, character, and creativity to solve challenges unlike any faced by previous generations. You already understand that our differences are not barriers, but sources of strength. Each unique perspective adding to the richness of our community. And you know, too, that despite our differences, we are united by the values and hopes we share. Within this class's diverse talents, passions, and personalities, I see not only promise for the future, but a reason to believe in the power of unity and understanding. The civil rights activist and writer, Audre Lorde, once said, "It is not our differences that divide us. It's our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences." And as the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius wisely said, "When I walk along with two others, from at least one I will be able to learn." Let this remind you that wisdom is not gained alone, but through the guidance and example of those around us. Continue to seek out mentors, learn from your peers, and honor the legacy of those who have paved the way. Simply by virtue of attending Rivermont's rigorous program and global culture, you are ideally suited to celebrate and build upon our dissimilarities and learn from those around you, not despite of, but because of those differences. You have reached this day because you stand on the shoulders of those who believed in you, teachers, mentors, family, and friends who've challenged and supported you along the way. You are prepared to see farther, dream bigger, and lead with purpose. Whether you do so quietly, and where am I? Purpose in global culture, idealistic. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, you are prepared to see, thank you for your patience, farther, dream bigger, and lead with purpose. Whether you do so quietly or in the spotlight, you are the future, and the world awaits your vision. Now, please join me in welcoming our valedictorian. This year's valedictorian, Aiden Swiger, has been at Rivermont since first grade. Along the way, he's graced us with incredible talents and his kind heart. Please welcome Aiden Swiger.
Hello, Rivermont. First off, it is a tremendous joy and honor to be this year's valedictorian and to represent the class of 2025. If you would have met me 12 years ago, you probably wouldn't have guessed I'd be valedictorian. I was rambunctious and a troublemaker, and while I still might be rambunctious, Rivermont has shaped me into who I am today. My first memory at Rivermont was playing soccer in the field. I wasn't very athletic at the time, and no one wanted the new kid that was bad at soccer on their team. I can't remember how, but I ended up crying on the soccer field. But what I do remember is Eamon coming over and helping cheer me up and becoming my first friend. This memory served to represent what the class of 2025 was all about, how we lifted and supported one another through thick and thin. My biggest realization that our time together was coming to an end was in Wisconsin Dells. I was sitting in the hotel room laughing with everyone. And it hit me that we didn't have many moments like this left. For years, we have always been together constantly, but now we will be thousands of miles apart. We won't be able to walk down the hall and say hi. We would have to get on planes and cars to see each other again. Thinking about graduation is bittersweet, isn't it? Right now is such an exciting time, with so much opportunity at the tips of our fingers, but at the same time, it comes at the cost of leaving everything we built behind. So as we prepare for this next step in our lives, let's slow down and smell the roses. Let's be able to look back on this moment and not be sad because this is our final goodbye, but be happy for all the moments we have had the privilege to share with one another. As we walk across the stage, remember to hold your friends, your family, and everything you cherish here. I can't leave this stage today without thanking everyone. It has been so hard not to make this speech just a big thank you letter. As most of you know, both my sister and my father have battled cancer throughout my time here at Rivermont. My teachers and friends here have served as pillars of support, and over the years I've learned to lean on them. I was at my friend Nico's house recently when I saw a quote on his fridge that read, "Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to dance in the rain." For so many years, I've handled the weight of the storm by myself, but then you all wiggled your way into my heart, like how the sun pokes through a cloudy sky, and you all took the weight off my shoulders, and you made my life lighter. I would not trade our time together for the world. I do want to take a moment to thank a particular member of the faculty who has inspired my academics. Most likely, if anyone else in the class of 2025 was up here today, they would come up here and complain about how hard Dr. Wanat's classes are. And I gotta say, I completely agree with them. Jokes aside, Dr. Wanat's, I don't know where to begin. You sparked my love for science and helped grow into a passion that I want to pursue for the rest of my life. You have been there to celebrate my successes. You've been there to pull me out of my lows. You let me cry in your class, and you've helped me through countless struggles, even if some of them were because of your classes. I credit you with not only making me a better scientist, but a better person as well. My family has also been a big support in my life. I'd like to take a moment to thank all my family that has been able to come out here today. I love you all so much. Mom and Dad, you have been my biggest inspiration. You both fight so hard for me, and it makes me want to fight that hard for others. Allison, you have been the best big sister I could ask for. We have been through so much together, and you have always been my rock. Jeremy, championed by my family as the master of Christmas gag gifts, he is one of the funniest guys I have ever met, and I'm glad you are a part of my family. Uncle Chris, thank you for introducing me to higher level academics. You took me on my first college tour at your college. You taught me how to bake, and you showed me how to fix my bike. Your guidance over the years has truly meant the world to me, and I hope we continue to see each other as I go to college. And Max, I will miss all the drawings and you knocking on my door when I go to college. A special thank you to the Roach family, who has graciously opened their home and their hearts to me for countless years. You've always made me feel like another son, and I hope you know I view you as part of my family too. Class of 2025. If you can, I want you to take a look around this room today. I know you can't see very well, but let me tell you, it is full of love. I see all your families coming out to support you. I see the teachers who helped you walk across the stage here today, and I see your friends sitting beside you. As we leave here today, hold them strong in your mind and in your heart, and in the next chapter of your life, try to find a community as strong as ours to support you through the storms to come. I have the utmost faith in everyone, and I cannot wait to see the amazing things you will do in the next chapters of your life. I'll miss you all so much. Goodbye, Rivermont.
Thank you, Aiden. We will now begin the presentation of school awards. In memory of her late husband, Larned A. Waterman, a prominent Quad City leader and attorney, Mary Waterman endowed a teaching chair in 1988. The chair is awarded annually to a Rivermont faculty member for outstanding teaching. Previous recipients of this award, please stand and I will call your name. Kristen Skaggs. There she is. Leanne Schrader. Maria Surma. Julia Durango. and Amber Weeks. When I took my allergy medicine this morning, Mother Nature laughed out loud. This year's recipient of the Larned A. Waterman Distinguished Chair Award is Scott Wellnitz. The Larned A. Waterman School Service Award is a prize determined by the faculty and given to that member of the senior class who has served the school, his or her fellow students, and the Quad City community in an exemplary fashion. This year's recipient of the Larned A. Waterman School Service Award is Aiden Swiger. Congratulations, Aiden. The Headmaster's Award is presented to a student or students in recognition of academic achievement, leadership, and service to the school. This year, I'd like to recognize two students, Eamon Matlock and Nitya Dahal. Please come to the stage and receive your award. Congratulations. The Bishop's Prize is presented to the senior who has achieved the highest cumulative semester grade point over the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades at Rivermont. This year, the prize goes to Aiden Swiger. Please come forward. Now let's welcome Colin Lawrence, Assistant Head of School, to introduce the Upper School Department Awards.
To begin, on behalf of Sydney Crumbleholm, I will present the Art Prize. This year's Art Award recipient showed the same level of precision and detail in her work in both 2D design as well as fiber arts. All year, this student worked diligently during class to produce high-quality work in each and every assignment in the new skills she was tasked with learning. Not only was she able to pick up difficult techniques quickly and master them with independence, but she also has a natural understanding of the elements and principles of design and applied them to all of her works. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage and join me in celebrating Le Hung Nung Van Daphne. Now to present the World Language Award on behalf of Maria Surma is Tiffany Johnson.
I am reading this speech on behalf of Maria Surma. Ingenuity and charisma, enthusiasm and amiability. What a delightful combination of qualities for a student to have, and what a blessing for a teacher to have such a student in their classroom. Students that embody these traits simply brighten our days. They give us a renewed sense of hope for our profession. They rekindle our passion for teaching, and they inspire us to be better versions of ourselves as teachers. In essence, they make it all worth it. Our time, our effort, our dedication. These students are an integral part of the fabric of our classroom and epitomize the values that Rivermont stands for. As most of us get caught up in a whirlwind of deadlines, grades, projects, and tests, barely staying afloat in a sea of exasperation and self-doubt, we would be well advised to look in these students' direction. Why? Because these students keep smiling, stay hopeful, stay positive, and stay true to themselves no matter what. The student that is receiving the World Language Award today is one of these ingenious and charismatic students who has been shining their light in my classroom since the very first day I met them. Their journey to Spanish proficiency has not been without challenges, but their light, far from dwindling, has become only brighter if possible. I cannot possibly take any credit for their accomplishments or the kind of person they have become. I have only contributed a tiny little speckle of the knowledge in their great big book of life. By the time I met them, they were already extraordinary in more ways than one. Congratulations, Nitya Dahal, this year's recipient of the World Language Award. It's been an honor to be a part of your journey.
Please welcome Montana Nikolai to present the Math Award.
The Dorothy Strom Mathematics plaque, upon her 25th anniversary as a Rivermont mentor, the faculty created this plaque in Dorothy's honor to award annually to a student in 10th through 12th grade who shows high achievement and promise in mathematics. This student has shown significantly higher achievement and promise than he realizes, or than I will ever be able to convince him of. He came to Rivermont last year with a rather significant handicap, as he had never even heard of a logarithm before, but still wanted to be in my AP Calculus class. He worked harder than most students I've ever had, and was able to have a very successful year, achieving exceptionally high grades. For those of you who don't understand how AP classes work, the test is graded on a scale of 1 to 5, where 3 is passing. 5 is absolutely exceptional. Well, the cutoff to get a 5 on the AP Calculus class is only a 63%. That means that's how hard this test is, okay? You only have to get a 63% to get a 5, which is exceptional, where this student got above a 90% regularly. His hard work and persistence and dedication to mathematics have really paid off. He almost didn't come back for his senior year because his family wanted him closer to home, but I'm so very happy that we were able to convince him to stay. Please join me in congratulating Chu Ven Hung, Brian.
Please welcome Assistant Athletic Director Zach Murphy to present the Millar Athletic Award.
The Millar Athletic Award is presented to the school by former trustee Gordon Millar. This plaque is awarded to a student in 9th through 12th grade who excels in one or more sports and exhibits the quality of exemplary sportsmanship. This year's recipient truly exemplifies exceptional sportsmanship on and off the court and water. He has been an integral part of anything and everything Rivermont since kindergarten. Although he's a fierce competitor, he never lets the heat of competition deter him from his high character. He is participating in basketball and rowing during his time here and will continue his rowing career at Temple University next year. This individual is a model student athlete for everyone to look up to, and we cannot wait to see all of the great things that he will accomplish. It is my pleasure to award this year's recipient of the Millar Award for 2025 to Eamon Matlock.
Please welcome Athletic Director Michelle Grimm to present the Bernie Sagow Award.
The Bernie Sagow Award is named for the longtime Iowa High School Athletic Association director and is awarded to outstanding student athletes across the state. The award criteria states, the behavior of the student, both in and out of school, shall have consistently been of such high quality as to bring credit to the student, the family, and the school. Here at Rivermont, that describes a large portion of our student athletes, which makes this a tough decision every year. As I always say, it's a great problem to have. This student athlete has practically had the name Bernie Sagow plastered across his forehead for years. He epitomizes everything this award stands for. Since middle school, he has been involved with almost every club and activity here, ending his high school career as a captain on teams and an officer in clubs. Fulfilling the award criteria, this student athlete has consistently shown high-quality behavior that has helped set the tone for those around him, from his teammates and upper school peers down to the youngest early and lower school students. This student has a deep love and admiration for all athletics, so it's no surprise that he has been involved in every sport we offer here, cross-country, basketball, track, and volleyball, as well as competing on the track team at Bettendorf High School at one point. Throughout the past 7 years, I've had the pleasure of watching him improve and work harder than anyone else. And I was honored to be on the court with him to coach him on our varsity volleyball team. I had always heard rumors that he was a big hugger back in the day, but he was too cool these past few years to show us adults any affection. I think he's getting nostalgic in his old age and is bringing them back because I've recently been the recipient of those hugs again. I am very sad to see him go, but extremely pleased to present the Bernie Sagow Award to Rivermont's own resident Batman, Aiden Swiger.
Don't go anywhere. Here to introduce our speaker is Stewardship Council President Aiden Swiger.
It's my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Lori Telline. Miss Telline is a proud 2015 graduate of Rivermont Collegiate and a granddaughter of a 1945 graduate of Rivermont's predecessor, St. Catherine's. She and her grandmother are both Tigers. After graduating, she went on to earn a bachelor's degree in political science and Spanish from Washington University in St. Louis in 2019. Her studies at WashU took her abroad 3 times, first to Havana, Cuba, and then Madrid, Spain, and finally to London, England. After college, she earned Juris Doctor from Vanderbilt University Law School in 2022. She chose to attend both WashU and Vanderbilt because the culture of both schools reminded her of Rivermont. The schools were dedicated to educating the whole person. The students were smart, but unpretentious. They had a variety of different interests and were excited to learn from each other. Loring currently lives in Washington, D.C., where she works as an associate at Foley and Landner in firm's government enforcement and defense investigations practice. Prior to joining Foley, she gained valuable experience as a legislative intern for Anna McMorrin, a member of the Parliament in the United States Kingdom's House of Commons. She has also served as a judicial extern for Justice Thomas D. Waterman of the Iowa Supreme Court, as well as for judges in Iowa's 17th Judicial District. Please welcome Lori Telline.
Well, I've been up here many times from elementary school all the way to my own graduation. And my own graduation was the last time that I was up here, so I'm really excited to be here. And we only had 10 people in my graduating class. back in 2015. So I'm so excited to see the entire front row filled with all of you today. So congratulations, everybody. As I mentioned, I graduated from Rivermont in 2015. And this means that I am 28 now. And this means that I was born in 1997. And this means that I was born right on time to be considered a member of y'all's generation, which is Gen Z. And I made it into our generation, I should say, by the skin of my teeth. And thank God, because you all cyberbully those millennials so badly on the internet. And because of this, I get to claim a really special distinction. I am an elder Gen Z, wise and sage. While I am a part of our generation, I also remember the olden days of renting VHS tapes from Blockbuster and texting my friends from flip phones. And I think I had side bangs that went straight all the way across my forehead for about 5 years straight, and I definitely had skinny jeans in every different color. It was very in vogue then, I promise you. And now, while I'm joking about being older and wiser than all of you are, it was actually pretty daunting to be asked to speak here today to a group of Rivermont graduates as a young professional who is only 10 years out of high school myself. Graduation speakers are supposed to be renowned authors, CEOs, human rights advocates, and they're sort of supposed to be old. But maybe Mr. Roach wasn't crazy for asking me to be up here. As I said, I'm literally a part of your same generation. I know what it's like to live, go to school, and work in the increasingly digital world that we find ourselves in today. Our society today puts a lot of pressure on academic performance and pre-professional achievement. In order to get ahead, we are told we must spend a lot of our time focused on achievement. But it is hard to achieve your goals if you are not happy. Statistics show that our generation, compared to the generations that came before it, is less happy and more lonely. But one of the leading theories for why our generation is less happy is the decline in our society of something called the third place. The third place is a term coined by American sociologist Ray Oldenburg in his book, The Great Good Place. The book lays out a framework for thinking about the different places that we, as people, spend most of our time. Your first place is your home and the people you live with, or for students, it's your dorm and your roommates. Your second place is your workplace, or for students, it will be your classes, classmates, and academic buildings. Third places, then, are places you go that are not your home, work, or school, but a place where you visit regularly and where you engage in meaningful interactions with other people. You don't need an appointment or a ticket to be there. There are other regular visitors, and they come from all walks of life. Importantly, having conversations with others is more or less the main activity that you engage in when you visit a third place. Some quintessential examples of third places include houses of worship, the corner cafe, and the gym. But these days, third places are losing a lot of their original character. Many people don't go to worship every week. Coffee shops now allow you to order your coffee on the app ahead of time, grab your coffee, and go. And many gym goers spend the entire workout with noise-canceling headphones on, trying not to make eye contact with other people, God forbid speak to them. And the same trends are happening on college campuses. As students get more plugged into the digital world, they disconnect from the real one. Even though college campuses are filled with different third places, such as the dining hall, the student center, and the library, increasingly, those places are not being used as intended. Why strike up a conversation with a potential new friend at the dining hall when the entire internet is at your fingertips? By now, you've probably heard of various stories about the various billion-dollar companies being founded by college students, which you will all be very soon. The environments where these companies were founded were third places, such as friends talking to each other in a garage or friends talking to each other at a computer club meeting. In fact, Some of the greatest ideas in all of human history came from people just talking to each other in a third place. In ancient Greece, Plato and Aristotle led great debates in gathering spaces called gymnasiums. In the 1700s, French men and women discussed the problems of the day in Parisian coffee shops. These coffee shops became the birthplace of the Enlightenment. Across the Atlantic, the men that would become the founding fathers of the United States dreamt up the blueprint for our nation in the taverns of Philadelphia. Imagine where we would be today if those people had chosen to stay home. Third places are not only valuable for their capacity to foster great advances in human reason. Third places help us build a sense of community. They help us affirm our own identities, and they help us build empathy for those with identities that are different from our own. Third places give us that elusive yet satisfying feeling of being seen outside the context of our achievements. In law school, my third place was a karaoke dive bar. When my friends and I walked through the door of Fran's East Side Tavern, or Fran's for short, to join the hodgepodge of other regular patrons, which included local teachers, accountants, retirees, friendly motorcycle gang members, and wannabe country stars, we were no longer Vanderbilt law students. We were just townies like everybody else. One of the fellow townies I got to know while there was a middle-aged dad named Ron. Ron was somewhat of a celebrity at Fran's for his passionate renditions of various 70s rock ballads and lovers' duets towards the end of the evening. And one night, Ron confided in me that his wife was leaving him after she told him that he could choose between her and Fran's. And I think you can all guess which one he picked. Now, this seemingly simple little anecdote goes to show that at Fran's, no one saw me as Loring, Vanderbilt law student and soon-to-be attorney. People saw me as Loring, friend, confidant, or the girl that usually sang Redneck Woman by Gretchen Wilson. And you know what? That was a freeing feeling. Maybe my friends and I weren't quite as productive as the founding fathers were in the taverns of Philadelphia, but we found a community that got us through law school, and we had fun. In your second place, the classroom, you will learn about your class materials. But in your third place, you will learn about who you are. So I urge you, when you leave here, to set off on your next adventure, class of 2025. Find your third place and be present in it. Become a part of your community. And most importantly, have fun while you're there. And now, on a personal note, I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to thank this school and its exemplary faculty, staff, and board of trustees for the invaluable education that I received while here. At Rivermont, my classmates and I learned that learning is fun. We learned how to be engaged participants in class. We learned how to work hard. We learned how to ask for help when we need it and how to help others when they need it. We learned how to engage meaningfully with text and think critically about an argument. We learned how to cite our sources and, importantly, how to evaluate the credibility of a source. Remember that one. We learned character, intellect, and creativity. And most importantly, we learned what it felt like to be part of a strong community. These are the attributes that set me up for success in my undergraduate, graduate, and professional pursuits. And I know your experience will have done the same for you, class of 2025. So congratulations to the class of 2025, and best of luck to you.
Thank you, Lauren. And before we get on to the main event, I just wanted to point out a really interesting parallel, which is that as Aiden was introducing Lauren and mentioning that she attended Wash U, Aiden will be attending Wash U next year. So Aiden, valedictorian in, 2035, commencement speaker. Put it on your calendar.
Go Bears.
All right, so Mr. Roach, headmaster, and Mr. Matlock, vice president of the Board of Trustees, I now present to you the graduating class of 2025, who have each completed the required course of study and have met all the graduation requirements. They are to be awarded diplomas with all the rights and privileges therein. We now turn to the presenting of the diplomas. Seniors, please stand when your name is called and come forward to the stage to receive your diploma. Caden Burbridge. Asher Chacho. And Asher, since you have attended Rivermont since kindergarten, you will receive a copy of Oh the Places You Go, signed by all the Rivermont faculty. Dominic Coles. Nitya Dahal. Jasmine DeJesus. Serene L. Marzocchi. Yanxi Guan. Zhaoxi Guan. Samia Hazil. Ho Van Dung Hyo. Yu Fei Hui. Li Mai Duyen. Mai An Tu. Joseph Emmanuel Malengo. Eamon Bryce Matlock. And Eamon is also receiving a copy of Oh, the Places You'll Go as a student who's attended Rivermont since kindergarten. Nguyen Phung Tam. Nguyen Thi Kim Yen. Tien Nguyen. Huyen Pham. Clark Ross. Aiden John Swiger. Rivermont Education. Valid Victorian. Tong Thi Bao Huyen. Tiao Van Hung. Deng Huan Han. Jung Nu Yen Ni. Van Li Hong Nung. Callie Lee Wise Frazee. And Callie will also receive the Oh, the Places You'll Go as a student attending Rivermont since kindergarten. I would now like to invite Leanne Schrader, Senior Master, to the podium to introduce our guest alum speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce Zoe Davis Custer, class of 2024, as your alumni speaker. Zoe attends the University of Minnesota, majoring in psychology. She is also a lifer, having attended Rivermont since at least kindergarten. Help me in welcoming Zoe.
Hello, I'm here today to welcome the 27 graduates into the Rivermont Collegiate Alumni Association. We hope that you will feel the same way as I do about Rivermont. Visit as often as you can and support the school in all you say and do. In the bag under your chair is your very own alumni card as a symbol of induction into the Alumni Association, and a gift from the school, a leather-bound book with the Rivermont crest on the front. In addition, each first grade student who wrote you letters of advice and congratulations. Congratulations and welcome to the Rivermont Collegiate Alumni Association. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Zoe. Max Roach will now share closing remarks as we wrap up our 140th graduation ceremony.
Loring, thank you again for taking the time to be here despite your busy schedule to help our graduates reflect on and make the most of this commencement. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Leanne Schrader, who has done all the logistical work, making sure certificates are signed and awards printed, making sure you have a spot to sit, and in order to stand and receive your diplomas. Let's hear it for Leanne Schrader. Seniors, remember this day and your time at Rivermont well. College prep is not the ceiling to which we reach, but the foundation upon which you will build successful lives. All of this, all the homework, the challenging teachers, the Dr. Wellnitz, the heartache, the tears, the laughter, and achievements, it's all been an effort to get your lives started with the essential knowledge and the right priorities. In the coming months, you'll begin writing the next chapters of your lives. I'm sure you're eager to bask in your adult freedoms, making your own choices without the burden of homework and deadlines and rules that so often seem more arbitrary than helpful. You will, of course, discover new challenges and obligations. More daunting still, you'll have to set your own rules from here on out. I'd like to ask the seniors in the audience to participate in a ceremony here just for a moment. Have you heard the saying, this meeting could have been an email? Give me a thumbs up if you've heard, this meeting could have been an email, right? All right. That saying's often used by people when they feel their time is better spent doing things other than meeting. While it's certainly true that some meetings can be of limited value, I'd like to challenge the underlying logic of that pessimistic statement. Now, more than ever, I think we need to start saying, this email could have been a meeting. In our world of division and vilification of others, particularly those who are different from us, we need to spend more time connecting with people now more than ever. And in the coming years, your minds and tenacity and perseverance will be tested in ways you never imagined. And yet, I know Rivermont's unique culture of achievement and connectedness has prepared you for what's to come. I know I speak for all the faculty and staff when I say that we can't wait to hear from you in the coming years. So drop us a line and share your tales of adventures, challenges, and triumphs. Now, before we go, I'd like to thank just a few more people, some of whom could not join us today in person, but are here with us in spirit. A strong school starts with excellent leadership, and our Board of Trustees is top-notch. Trustees here and unable to join us today, thank you for your service. Please. I would also like to take a moment and thank our exceptional faculty and staff. Thank you. Without their expertise and commitment to guiding those seniors, none of us would be here today. Parents, family, and friends who've supported these young men along the way, thank you as well. And finally, I'd like to thank the Parents' Council, especially for those of you who have traveled from afar to join us today. Know that there is a small but dedicated army of parents who live locally, and they are here all the time, volunteering, setting out cookies, senior night for volleyball, and so on and so forth. So please give our Parents' Council and its president, Lissa Hendricks, a round of applause. All right. Finally, seniors, I'd like you to stand up and turn around, and I would like everyone else to receive a round of applause from you. And you may be seated. Congratulations once more to the class of 2025. Thank you all again for coming. Please remain seated briefly until Mrs. Schrader releases you, giving me time to lead the trustees and faculty out into the circle to form a receiving line. Our faculty will congratulate each senior, and then the seniors will work their way around the circle back to the bell, where they will ring themselves out for the final time. And then, to cap it all off, so to speak, we will line up in front of the mansion and we'll take a photo throwing our caps in the air. And then after that, please feel free to join us for a reception and light refreshments in the carriage house courtyard. That is it for today. Let's give those seniors one more round of applause.